There's a lot of organizations out in the world today who can help you with your culture, help you with your strategy, help you with your leadership. We help organizations do all three in total alignment.
What's the worst leadership advice you've ever heard?
Fake it till you make it. A lot of people, criticize the younger generation. I think they got it right. They have a great work ethic. When they're there, they're working.
Yeah.
They just don't want to be there 12, 14 hours. They don't want to work like you did.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Welcome to The Business Game.
A podcast that moves the needle. You know, Steve, I've been thinking, if I could clone myself, I'd finally get through my inbox.
Yeah, that's true. Or you could just call Tyler Offshore, right? They basically do that, but better.
True. They match businesses with top-tier remote talent, customer service, admin, even SaaS development.
Yep, scale your team, cut your costs, and Kalina, keep your sanity.
And their people feel like part of your own team, just without the extra desks.
Yeah, exactly, right? Head to tyleroffshore.com to get your new superstar team member onboarded in just a week. Thanks to Tyler Offshore for supporting The Business Game.
Hello, and welcome to The Business Game, a podcast that moves the needle. I'm Kalina Steno.
I'm Steve Plummer.
And before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you're listening. Today, we are joined by Dave Clare, leadership expert and CEO of Circle Leadership. Dave, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, welcome,
today.
Dave.
Absolute pleasure to be here. So excited to be in the business game.
Yay, so nice to have you. So to kick things off,
Yep.
Dave, tell us a little bit about yourself, about Circle Leadership, and what you do.
Okay, so I'm a Canadian-born. I'm a Kanazi, so half
Ooh, I
Canadian,
like
half
that.
Australian. I have a meat pie and a hockey puck floating around upstairs.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. But I've Circle Leadership, our organization. There's a lot of organizations out in the world today who can help you with your culture, help you with your strategy, help you with your leadership. But one thing that makes us unique in the way that we work is we help organizations do all three in total alignment. So we create an ecosystem of culture, strategy, and leadership. So you don't have culture and strategy working as competing forces. So we've developed over the years a proprietary method to help organizations do that. I've been doing leadership development and leadership as a practitioner for 30 odd years across 3 different continents, across multiple disciplines. So all the stuff that we do today has been the learning of that journey that I've had as a practitioner, and found the best things that people are doing, and kind of like a patchwork quilt of leadership people out there who most of us won't even know unless we had the privilege of working with them like I did. So I want to build an organization now that can go and help people build organizations that people want to line up to work for. Yeah, so that's what Circle Leadership's all about, just here to evolve the world of work and create a world where work positively impacts people on the planet.
Amazing.
Wouldn't that be exciting if work was a good thing?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Feel that in here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, rather than, oh God, I've got to go to work today.
Yeah, I'm
right?
a TGIM instead of a TGIF kind of guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine that, where people because I think work is what gives our lives sense of meaning, like being
Absolutely.
in service of something or someone outside of yourself.
Yes.
And whether it's paid work, volunteer work, I don't mind, but I want to create organizations where people have a sense of meaning to the work they're doing, because that gives our lives a little bit more meaning. And I think everyone wants their lives to be more meaningful. So imagine if work could be a big part of that, because I think work has a big part to answer for all the other problems we have right now.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah. I love that. I think we've got a couple of personal questions we want to dive into first, Dave. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so reading through your bio,
Yeah.
I think you missed something about explaining it.
Oh, damn.
You've been appointed
cut.
Father of the Year 23 years in a row. That's impressive. So was that self-appointed, or did your kids hold a press conference?
Yeah. Well, so first, understand my oldest is 34.
Okay.
And my
okay.
youngest
right.
is 26. And my middle child's 29. So I haven't been father of the year for all the years.
Okay.
And to answer the real gutsy point of that question, I'm pretty sure it was self-appointed.
Okay.
Well, I thought I was a pretty good dad for at least 23 years in a
Perfect.
row.
Hey,
I can't tell you,
it's majority.
Probably the early years until they started realizing that, dad's just a guy who tells old dad jokes and
He's a human
bit
being.
corny. He's a human being, yeah. And it's really important to understand that. I'm sure there's times, as we all have, that, when I look at my parents, and my dad just passed away 6 weeks ago, that there were times when I didn't think he was doing the best job.
Yeah.
But he was a human being, and, I honor what he did do. So I'd like to think at least 23 years somewhere in the mix there that Yeah,
I
I've
love
done
that.
all right.
Oh, good.
Well, I think, though, the more serious question, 13 of the last 15 years, you've been husband of the year as well, right? So
yeah. Well, there's another stat you
dude,
need to
what
understand.
happened
there.
on those 2 years, right?
Well, you have to also understand that that was 13 out of 15 years, but I've actually been married now for more than 15 years. It's been 18. So
They
the
stopped
last-
giving that award,
So we
right?
start, there's
Yeah.
years we just don't talk about.
Yeah, no, we just don't talk about it. Once again, I think you'll find that was self-appointed or
Yeah.
self-proclaimed.
Okay.
But it's just something that I obviously tease my wife with, that
I like
the fact that you're so lucky that you married a husband of the year.
Yeah.
It just it's a constant reminder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Gotta
Yeah.
do that.
And I'm humble enough to
Yeah.
admit it wasn't every year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Well, hey, you got to be humble.
Well, it's important to be our own cheerleader in life, right?
Yeah,
So, it's-
absolutely. If
yeah.
you don't believe in yourself, don't expect anyone else to.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But in all fairness, and I don't think I've ever shared this before. So I wear this ring here has three bands on it behind my wedding ring because I proposed to my wife 3 times, and she said yes every time, right? So like there must be something going right, right?
Yeah.
And then I lost my wedding ring before. No, I didn't lose it. Sorry, it got damaged, and then I put it down. And then my wife got me another wedding ring, and I made her propose to me. I said, if you want me to wear it, you have to propose to me.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, and so that's what that ring is, and those 3 are the ones represent the 3 times I proposed to her.
Wow.
And these are my 3 kids.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Wow.
there you
so
go.
that's why I think I'm Father of the Year, because I carry my kids with me everywhere I go.
Oh, I love that. Well, in Hawaii, we actually do these Hawaiian bracelets, and you put the names of your kids and your family, and
Oh, beautiful.
So,
Yeah,
very similar. I
yeah,
like that.
because I travel a lot, so I
Yes.
always want to make sure, not that I'll ever forget my kids, but just know that they're there with me everywhere I go.
That's it. Sense.
Yeah.
Look, I'm happy to concede your Father of the Year awards and your Husband of the Year
Thank you.
awards. So yeah, they're officially out there now.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't pick the last piece of that part of my bio, because there's the other piece you haven't brought up yet, so we'll just leave that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might get there. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, let's dive
Okay.
into this leadership thing. So, you've written a number of books on leadership.
Yep.
I'm curious, what's the worst leadership advice you've ever heard?
Wow, the worst piece
Yeah.
of leadership advice I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite easy. Fake it till you make it.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. Thank you.
You hear that
I
all the
hate
time,
that
right?
It
one.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
Let me just be very, very clear about how much I despise that.
Yeah.
Is that if someone tells you to fake it till you make it, run far, far away from that human being as possible. Because you're like, oh, you just have to fake it. Like it's really cool because it rhymes. That's it. That's where it ends.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
And leadership's about becoming, the best version of yourself and helping others to become the best.
Yeah.
And if you do that from a false point of view or fake it, I get the premise of the idea.
Yeah.
It's like, but we work on the fact of, if you say, this is the leader I want to become, and I would go, hey, in 12 months, if that's the leader I want to be, how would that leader be thinking in 12 months' time that I'm not right now? What would I be doing then or thinking then? And what if I could, whatever that might be, what if that could I start doing right now? And I just start acting in accordance with that new truth that I perceive it or believe it to be. So I act as if, and I don't have to fake anything because I've already, by design, looking, this is who I'm becoming.
Yes.
And that's why I hate fake it till you make
Yeah.
it, because it's such a bad thing. And it just becomes so that everyone just thinks they can just go and pretend they look like a leader and look at me and I'll
Yes.
become a leader because I look like one.
It'll happen. It'll just come to me.
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
playing
And
a role.
it's just like the whole, law of attraction thing.
Yes.
People forget the last 6 letters of the law of attraction, which is action, right? So
Yes.
you can sit there and think about it, but you have to do it as
You
well.
have to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think the issue with that is that first word, fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Who
well,
wants
like-
to be a
Who wants
fake,
to be
right?
fake?
Yeah.
Do you need to go any further past that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you, as someone who's working in an organization, do you want a leader who's faking it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be your
Ooh, that's
leader.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
right? And unfortunately, so many people, and we all have seen this, I would imagine, people have been promoted into roles that, beyond their competency perhaps,
Yes.
but because it's what I should be doing. It should be the next step, or it's so I can make more money or whatever. And then you see those people get promoted into that, and then they're told just to fake it, pretend that you are, think like, just do these things and people will love it. But they're still who they were. They're not becoming who they're capable of.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And we see that in organizations all the time.
So just on that, then how does one go? How does one work through that then so it's not fake? Because when you are promoted into a position
Yep.
or you start your own business or you grow your business, you actually are not that person yet. There are skills that you have to learn and acquire along the way. So
Yeah.
how does it not become, a fake thing, for the want of a better term?
Yeah. And that's, once again, a great question. Like, if you look at it and you go, okay, the reason I got that promotion was because I had something that they saw in me that they thought I'd be good for that role. But what most people do is they don't let go of all those things, and then they bring that in here because that's why I got promoted. Yeah, that might be why you got promoted, but that's not what you're supposed to be doing in this particular role
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So they try to do those things, and then they try to do all the things they think they should be doing, and they do all of them poorly. And then they start yelling and screaming at people and so on to try and get the results because they're not getting it. So what they need to be able to do is go, okay, hey, I understand this is why I got promoted, but what are the habits of thinking and the skills that I need in this new role now? That's what got me into this position, but it's not what's going to make me succeed in this position.
Yes.
So the paradox of success is what got you to here won't get you to there.
Yeah.
And so we need to be able to develop what would be the skill sets of that leader. And that's why I said, well, who do I want to become in the next 12 months? What kind of leader do I want to be? What do I want to be known for? What do I want to be famous for? And then I start thinking, okay, well, what would I need to know in that position? What would I need to learn? What would I work on? And if I was that, what would I be doing in 12 months that I'm not doing now? Will I be doing all these things? Okay, what of that could I start doing now? And then I know how to then reverse engineer becoming the person that I'm capable of, or the leader that I'm capable of.
Yeah.
And that's where you build a transformative leadership development process.
Yeah.
But what happens in most organizations, and I've been doing a lot of content on this lately, is that knowing doesn't equal doing, and that doesn't certainly equal becoming. So giving all these people more leadership knowledge, so they're learning more about what it means to be a leader, but it doesn't mean they're becoming a leader.
Yeah.
Right? So we've been doing leadership development wrong. It's all been about acquiring leadership knowledge, but then that's the same person with just more knowledge. So they actually have a bigger gap now between, they have a bigger gap between the knowing and doing, because I know more, but I'm still not doing any of it.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is where you need to create a transformative process so they can become the leader, not just know more leadership.
Yeah.
Needs to be that implementation.
Yeah. And like, let's be honest, like leadership is a process, not a program. And if you're moving into that space, like I said, I've been doing this for 30 odd years across 3 continents and multiple industries, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Industry is changing, generations are changing. We have to constantly be evolving as leader. You can't just stay that. So if you want to take your baggage from there that got you to here, that's great, but you need to drop that baggage at the door and look at what's the new thing you need to pick up and go, hey, this is who I can become now, and this is the way I need to be for my team. And be vulnerable and authentic, these words that get thrown around, that it's okay, you're learning.
Yes.
Is that a hard process, though, to let go of the old baggage, because that's the known, and then pick up the new baggage, which is an unknown? Yeah.
That's, I call, I have these really weird theories, right? So this one's called monkey bar theory.
Oh, there you go. This sounds fun.
Yeah.
So you've ever been on, you're on the monkey bar, and then here's where I am, and then I've grabbed hold of this one here.
Yes.
And then now there's that next one, the next opportunity there. But that's the stuff I have to become. But in order to get that, I have to be willing to let go of this one.
Oh, this is a great metaphor. I love
right?
this. Yeah.
So you sit there and you go, and what happens when you get like fatigue because you're afraid to let go of what was to grab hold of what needs to be. And then you just end up getting tired and more tired and then that's when the stress and anxiety builds up in yourself as because you're not letting go of what you need to let go of to grab hold of what you need to grab hold of.
And it's momentous going on so you lose that momentum, right?
Yes, right. But then what people do is they go, oh, great, I'm going to take that opportunity. But then they don't let go of all the other stuff, like I said. And, and that's what happens, right?
So how do you let go of that other stuff? Are there some tips that you've got to help people in that process? Because it's a beautiful metaphor, right? Because you can see, and you're holding on tight too, probably.
When it gets tighter
And
the longer you're there, the tighter the grip, right?
Yeah. And it's like, how heavy is that cup of water? Depends how long you hold it for.
Yes.
It gets heavier and heavier the longer you hold it for, right? So same thing as you're getting more tired, more fatigued, more everything. So the best tip to look at is to understand that our beliefs that we have, so my belief about who I am and what I've achieved or anything like that, they've got me to where I am.
Yeah.
But we rarely ask ourselves, are these beliefs still serving me today, and will they serve me tomorrow?
Yeah.
What new beliefs might I need to bring in about how I look at people or the organization or anything in context of leadership? And go, what would be the new beliefs that I would need to bring in, new ways of thinking? Because there's only 2 ways to get greater results. Work longer and harder than you ever have before.
Yes.
Fatigue. All right. or shift the way you think about things.
Yes.
So the biggest tip is to go, what's the thinking that would drive the right behavior? So what would be the behaviors that I want to see in that leader? What would be the thinking that would drive that behavior?
Yeah.
And then all I need to do is start working through that new belief and embed that into me the same way I got the existing beliefs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can't just go, I'm going to stop believing this and start believing that now. It's a process of repetition.
It's that habit stacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, there's no magic. This is human behavior.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they talk a lot about that in Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
He talks about, instead of saying, oh, I don't smoke, I'm not a smoker.
Yeah. No.
And shifting that.
I'm a non-smoker. So when people with smoking, right?
Yeah.
Someone who's quit smoking as a smoker is just not smoking right now.
Yes.
Right? You didn't work on becoming a non-smoker.
Yes.
So if you think, I'm going to become a non-smoker, great. What does a non-smoker do?
Yes.
And how does a non-smoker think?
Yes.
And then if I start applying that, and that's what I said, come back to here, go, okay, great. And then I do that. And then, hey, do it again, and then do it again. And then all of a sudden I start becoming a non-smoker.
Yeah.
If I'm just a smoker who's quit smoking, it's like a diet's a holiday away from bad eating habits.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
like
I love that.
as soon as the things, then you go to a party or something like that and it goes, oh, someone, you want to have a smoke? Like, yeah, have you drink? Yeah, sure. And then, so I'm a smoker still because I'm still a smoker. A non-smoker goes, sorry, I don't smoke.
Yes. Yes. It's that
Because
shift.
I'm a non-smoker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That shift of
Yeah.
mentality.
So it's just, you have to shift the way you think about things. So the hot tip is work out what that would look like. You can do all the behaviors. Then what would be the thinking that would drive those behaviors?
Yeah.
Most people work out what the behaviors would be, but they forget to go, what would be the thinking that would drive that behavior? Because the
Yes.
thinking I have is driving my current behavior.
Yes.
If I don't shift my thinking, I don't change my behavior sustainably. With
Yes.
willpower, you can quit smoking for 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden,
Yes.
back to the old thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting too, because talking about business and the entrepreneurial world, entrepreneurs are very much people of action, right? So
Yep.
just dive in there and
Yep.
do they do enough of that thinking before the action, which is,
Yeah. Well, there's an argument out there. It's like, do you act yourself in a new way of thinking or think yourself in a new way of acting?
Mm.
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But all things are preceded by thought.
Yeah.
Right? So, if you go, hey, I'm just going to start doing these things. Well, you just thought I'm going to
Yes.
start doing these things.
Yeah.
So for me, the argument is, well, you think yourself a new way of acting.
Yes.
And then guess what? As you come back, you start doing that and you go, oh, it's like me to do those things. It's like me to do those things. We were sort of joking about time management and productivity
Yes.
before. How many people do you know it's like them to create a list and then carry that list forward to the next day, carry that list forward to the next day in the same list?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if they actually started doing things on those lists, they'd be crazy because it's like me not to do the things I said I do at a psychological level,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So,
It's so true. And sometimes just doing the things instead of writing them down can that
right.
action piece.
like, just like, I think I'm just going to do one thing today.
Yeah.
All right. And if I just do that one thing, and that's great. Do the one thing. I'd rather do that because then tomorrow you do one thing and the next day you do one thing. You're now training your brain. It's like me to do what I said I'd do.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Rather than building this whole list of stuff that you're not going to do and reminding your brain that, hey, it's like me not to do the things I said I'd do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we often forget how powerful our mind is and our thoughts. And it's like we've just surrendered it to something else and think it's someone else is controlling my thoughts and it's not my fault and these choices aren't mine.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Everything in this room here, somebody thought first,
Yes. So true.
right? So thinking always precedes action,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you got to get the thinking right.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Now, following on from that, what's one corporate buzzword that makes you instantly want to walk out of a meeting?
Oh, God. Corporate buzzword.
Not fake it till you make it.
No,
Yeah,
we've
we've
already covered that one.
I think
Yeah,
we've covered
right?
that one
Yeah,
enough. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch, but the instantly first one comes to mind is like, this is a game changer.
Oh, that's funny. Yes.
I'm like,
You hear that so often too.
yeah. And like, oh, it's just like, oh, this is going to be a game changer.
Claire's left the room. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. Just like,
Yeah.
Exit stage left.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like, explain to me why it's a game changer. Like, I get the concept, or let's unpack this. Let's, like,
Let's workshop it.
yeah.
That's good.
Corporate bingo runs amok, I assure you. That just to me, it's like I get all the ideas and the concepts and the intent behind them, but it's been so overused.
Yes.
And one of the other things that will drive me nuts, and it probably won't drive many people, but it will me, is when people talk about growth. Like people growth is killing businesses today. When people are like, oh, we got to grow our business. We have to grow our people. We have to grow our thing. And I'm like, that's the thing that's killing business today. You're trying to get bigger instead of better.
Oh man, I just thought of so many people that I've worked with that I'm like, I walked away from their business because they scaled too quickly and the value was lost.
Yeah. So like they're trying to be more for more. How do we get more people and more customers and more markets and more products and more and more and more?
Yeah.
And guess what? Then you end up working longer and harder and harder and harder.
Burnout.
Right? Yeah. But then they don't care about people. Then if they burn them out, we'll just find more people.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And guess what? Then we'll get if you don't want to do it, I'll find somebody who does want to do it. So this pursuit of growth is what's killing businesses today. You only have to look at the biggest businesses that aren't here anymore. They were so focused on growth when the world around them was changing and things were evolving. Yeah. They weren't becoming more, they were just being more. Right? And so for me, growth is another thing. When I hear it, I'm just like, ugh. You poor bugger, you're...
Yeah. So is that part of the hustle culture that's out there?
I knew this was going to lead to that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is 100%.
Yeah.
Once again...
I'm hearing burnout though, right? Hustle culture.
It's a romantic version of burnout.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Yeah. The hustle and grind.
Yes.
You got to get out and you got to grind.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think social media is really like glorifying that way of doing things too, right?
Yeah. Like, I get it. If you love what you're doing and you want to get out there, you have to share your message and you've got to be relentless in those things. But this concept of hustling and grinding, like, firstly, the hustle, didn't that used to be a dance or something? Do the hustle. But yeah, that it's promoting that people just need to, 24/7, you got to be living. Now, please understand, 24/7, well, at least probably even when I'm asleep, I love what I do every day.
Yes.
I love the people I get to do it with and the people I get to do it for. And I'm always conscious of my purpose. It's always a part of me. It's part of who I am. Yeah. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to go out and play some golf. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to go out and, hang out with some friends and do some stuff or sit back, read a book. Yeah. But if I'm not doing that, oh my God, I'm not hustling. I'm not grinding. I'm not... Yeah.
You're robbing yourself of that time down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about if instead of that, what if rest was part of, which is something I have struggled with for many years. Like for me, like to be, like to sit still and just sit there for 2 hours. Like my wife loves to sit by a pool and do all that sort of stuff. And I'd be sitting there, wow, this has been awesome. She goes, it's been 20 minutes. And I'm like, what? Hasn't it been 2 hours now? It's like, but, so there's a difference between that, but the hustle and grind is, I'm just not a fan of it. Yeah. No, I just think it's a bad message. And I don't think that today's generation want that. You got to look at my parents, they were the, work to live, like the baby boomers and that, and then my generation of Gen X, we were supposed to live to work. And, like the reason we work so we can have a really great life and do this cool stuff. And then today, I think a lot more of the younger generation are more like, work-life integration. I want to do really cool stuff that's meaningful for my life.
Yes.
And I think that's a lot of people, criticize the younger generation. I think they got it right. Like, I think they, I talked to my dad many years ago and he's like, oh, these young kids today, they don't understand work. They don't have a good work ethic. I said, they have a great work ethic. When they're there, they're working. Yeah. They just don't want to be there 12, 14 hours. They don't want to work like you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't want to work like you did. I don't want to work 12 hours a day and be a workaholic. And, so today's hustle and grind is the workaholic of the baby boomers, right?
Yes.
And it's just not a way to, and I hope in today's world with AI and everything like that, you probably don't need to work that much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you shouldn't.
Yeah. Testing, 1, 2, hello?
Are we on?
Are we on? Hello?
Oh, hey folks, let's take a quick pause to talk about our friends at HubSpot. If you've ever felt like running marketing, sales and customer service all at once is, a little chaotic, HubSpot is here to change that.
It's an all-in-one CRM platform that actually works the way you think. From generating leads to automating follow-ups to helping your team stay aligned. Personally, I love how the automation tools handle the busy work so you can focus on the bigger strategy.
And here's the best part. You can start your HubSpot journey for free using the link in the description. And while you're at it, you're helping to support this podcast.
HubSpot isn't just a tool. It's like having a full team in one platform, helping you grow your business faster and smarter.
Alrighty, it's back to today's episode.
Obviously, entrepreneurs want to see things move quickly. They want money coming in, a lot of money going out in the beginning. So are they then constantly going, oh, let's do this, 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 and this, throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. How do you fix that though? Because the whole messaging around that is go, 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 see what sticks. Whereas, you know, and you're trying to get that money in as soon as possible. So what's the answer there for someone in that space?
Where does money come from? It comes from serving customers, right? Finding customers. Where do customers come from? Building an amazing brand.
Yes.
Where does your brand come from? Having an amazing team. So our team builds our brand attracts customers pay us.
Yes.
So you need to get clear on that because clarity precedes alignment. So if you get your clarity right, then you align everything and then you get a right direction of where we're going and who we want to be of, you know, we talk about that problem you're passionate about solving for who.
Yeah.
Who do you want to evolve and stay relevant in the hearts and minds of? Because when you try to be everything to everybody, you end up becoming nothing to somebody.
Oh,
so you're trying to sell to everyone.
Yes.
And then you end up diluting what your business is all about in the first place.
Yep.
And then your people don't know. So all of a sudden there's no clarity, there's no alignment, there's no direction, and then there's no focus.
Yes.
So you can't focus without a sense of direction.
Yep.
That direction doesn't come unless you have clear alignment, and alignment has to come from clarity of why we're doing what we're doing and who we're doing it for.
Yeah.
And can we talk a little bit about purpose, Dave, and what's the difference between purpose and a slogan? How does a business know if they've got a true purpose or it's a slogan? For example, you might go into a business and you say to someone, well, what's the purpose of the business? And they look behind you to the wall. Well, our purpose is to provide da, 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 da.
Well, firstly, then they don't have one if they can't, they have to read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So slogan versus a true purpose. And I guess the importance of that.
Yeah. Now, slogan, most what people have their, you know, they have the thing and they have the little slogan or catchphrase, whatever, it's been created by a branding company.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a message, like it's what I call a bumper sticker or a marketing placard that that we think that the community or our customers, the people we want to serve, want to hear from us. And some of them are really great and they're really catchy and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, just do it. Like that's great.
Yeah.
But a purpose is the problem you're passionate about solving for the people you choose to solve that for. Right? So you got to be very clear on, you know, when you go, here's the people we want to be of service to, here's their problem, and then here's what we're passionate about. So where our passion collides with their problem, that's where purpose lies. Yeah. Right? And that should be the seed of culture, the number one decision-making filter for your business. Does this serve our purpose, yes or no? Hey, just do it or don't do it. Like, is it, you know, it's good and it's marketing and it's really cool. But for example, if I said, one of my oldest and dearest friends, I'll use his as an example. I mean, our purpose is to evolve the world of work. We don't have catchphrases. We don't have slogans. We don't have that. But Dr. Steve and his wellness doctor team, they're a bunch of chiropractors, naturopaths, phlebotomists, nurses, and all that. And they really believed in preventative and proactive healthcare. Yeah. That's what they're really passionate about. Awesome. They made a list of all things, but summarizing it was that. Then the people that they wanted to be of service to, they listed all the problems that they had. And when you summarized it at the end, it was basically people didn't take action on their health until it was too late. Yes. So with that problem with those people, they take action on their health too late. And our desire to be preventative and proactive in healthcare, where those two things collided, the reason why Wellness Doctor exists was to save lives ahead of time. Yeah. Now, you could say that's a great slogan or whatever, but it's the core essence of why their business. So every single decision goes, will this help us save lives ahead of time? Yes or no? Yeah. So if your slogan or your whatever it is can at least help you to do that, that's fine. But if it doesn't, it just is really cool. Yeah. You know, then that's where the difference between that would be.
Fluff, not substance.
Yeah, that's right. Like it's lacking, and it has to be like that gripping. Can you imagine saying, hey, we're going to crack some backs, draw some blood, do some stuff like that, you know, like that, come join our chiropractic naturopath nurses and that. Yeah. And you go, oh, or you go, hey, we're a bunch of, you know, health practitioners who believe in saving lives ahead of time. Would you like to join us? Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of hits you differently, right?
It does, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, if that slogan, whatever, hits you differently, it's got that passionate, and please understand that when I talk about passion, I'm not talking about the romantic lovey version of like love your work. Yeah. I'm talking about the root of the word passion is pasieto, which is to suffer.
Suffering.
Yeah, suffering, right? Passion of the Christ. Yes. What are you willing to suffer? It's more like, and I don't want your business to suffer in that sense. It's like your endurance. What are you willing to keep going to achieve? Yeah. So if your slogan or whatever doesn't have that in it, That's a strong difference between that
Yeah.
and that. If your people don't get up every day and go, I can't wait to just do it today, right? Or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason why we should all be coming to work beyond a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is for that.
Yeah.
And that would be the difference.
Yeah.
Because understand that brand is an inside out proposition. Whereas most organizations get a branding company to try and get all this sort of stuff, what they think, and then try to shove it into the business.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
I love that terminology, right? An inside out proposition. You're right. Most of it has been outside in.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what we always talk about is it's like two halves of the heart. Your culture and brand relationship are two halves of the heart.
Yeah.
Culture is how we think and feel around here. So please don't say, most people think culture is, oh, people love it here. It's great. And they love it.
We say good morning in the morning. We smile.
Oh, yeah. But if you want a happy workforce, just give them pillows and blankets. Like, that'll work. Right?
Pizza party, Frank.
Yeah.
Trouble
Foosball
done.
tables. And, we go out, we have Friday night drinks and all that sort of stuff. And so, but understand, it's how we think and feel, not just how we feel around here.
Yes.
And that comes from, like, if I come to work and I love why we do what we do, and I can speak that love to the market, every single human being, alignment, clarity and alignment, can speak that love to the market. Brand is how the market and consumer thinks and feels about your business. And if we can get everyone to fall in love with why we do what we do, because it's from speaking from the inside out.
Yeah.
And we get our brand and our messaging right, and we speak that to the world, because the one thing that's missing in a lot of businesses today is being honest and truthful about why your business exists.
Yeah.
Right. So I have like what I call a purpose cycle. And so purpose requires your business to be honest and truthful about why your business exists.
Yeah.
And that honesty and truth, when lived and led and loved out into the marketplace, builds trust. Trust then creates relationships.
Yeah.
And then those strengthening of those relationships build loyalty. And this is where you get loyalty to the brand.
Yes.
But it started from the inside out, from purpose.
So when you say that, I'm thinking making money is only one small part of that, right? Paying
Making
bills.
money is not a part of it at all, to be honest. It's the end. Well, it's an output or an outcome of doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, like if you get your team and your culture right and they speak that love to the market, that builds an amazing brand.
Yeah.
Who was in love with Apple before any of us consumers were?
Yeah.
Who were?
The people that were working.
Yeah.
Right, because
Steve
what did
Jobs
Steve
and-
Jobs do
yeah.
really well? He got all the people together and did the big song and dance shows and the big things.
Yeah.
And then when we walked into that first Apple store and we were served by the genius is like, they already loved it.
They're
and you're
like, yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
they're already speaking the love to the market.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the team built the brand. The
Yeah.
brand attracts your customers and your customers pay you.
Yes.
So it always has to start from there,
Yeah.
right? Because that's where you make your money.
Yes.
When money is your end game, you will play any game. And this is where, like we talked about before, where people just try to be
Yeah.
everything to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can make money doing this. We can make money
Yeah.
doing that. And then we end up diluting what we stood for.
Yes.
Like, what did Starbucks, when it first came out into the market, what was it famous for?
I'll say bad coffee.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, Starbucks. But
Yes.
I thought it was like gourmet coffee at like a reasonable price.
The
or something.
barista style
Yeah, the
coffee,
barista style
right?
coffee,
They were
yeah.
the original ones who took the Italian style thing,
Yes.
brought it to America, did the barista style,
Yeah.
created the third place, one that's not home, one that's not work, where you can just go and be.
Yeah, we can connect with people.
Yeah, absolutely. What's Starbucks today?
I think it's kind of annoying now, isn't it?
I won't say.
Still.
Yeah, I won't say.
I'll tell you, it's even worse coffee.
Yeah.
But it's become just like every other coffee shop
Yes. Yeah.
now, right? It's just got pump or drip coffee or whatever. There's no baristas in there anymore.
No.
Right?
It's just all.
So it's lost what it was. And because they did, well, we can make more money doing these things. Then all of a sudden, eventually it
Greedy.
catches up with you and it's not making the money that it used to because it lost sight of why it existed.
Yes. What about when, things are happening, the business is on fire?
Yep.
What's your secret to staying calm, and how do you share that with the leaders and get that through?
Yeah, that's the thing with that, like the way that we work with organizations to do strategy now, it's set up in a way where you can lead at best, respond at worst, but never have to react.
Okay.
Because when your strategy is like in the past, we used to have big 10-year cycles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you could build this big how-to strategy. Organizations today are still building, here's how we're going to do it. And when stuff happens, they're all into panic mode because it didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen and they have to react a lot.
Yes.
So a lot of people have to go into reaction mode.
Yes.
But when you look at not only about reimagining your strategy, but how you think about strategy, the way we work with leaders and even in our organization, when things happen, we're either already thinking about it or preparing for it so we can respond, or we're already leading it so we're ahead of the game anyway.
Yeah.
But rarely do we have to react because what we've developed is that what must be accomplished strategy is mandatory how and when we get there is arbitrary. So we're not stuck on how or when it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
But we do know this is what must be accomplished. So if something has come there, we have to accelerate that. Then we bring that down and we have a much more adaptive strategy that can either respond to the market or anything, or lead the market.
Okay.
Rarely do we ever have to react. So I don't have to worry about putting out fires.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in most organizations, the fires were lit by the leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
they were so busy paying attention to this, they lost sight of that. I kind of do a little visual joke with leaders, and I kind of like, here's how fires start in your business. You go, light a fire. And you're like, and you're lighting a fire over there. And you're like, oh, there's a fire.
Yeah.
And because you're so busy, you're the one who lights all the fires because you're trying to do everything and be everything because you're not doing your role.
Yeah.
It gets back to that whole person who's jumped into that things, they're hanging on the monkey bars, they're doing all this sort of stuff, and they're lighting all these fires.
Caught in the hustle culture.
Caught in the hustle and grind.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
this is
Control.
How sad is it, right?
Yeah.
Well, Kate, it's really important, Kalina. The control is the problem.
Yeah.
But if you have a control freak, how do you get someone to still feel like they're in control, but not have to control everything?
This is great because I need to learn that.
Okay.
I was telling you this earlier.
I'll just step back a bit and talk to Kalina here.
Okay. So,
Therapy session. Let's
here's how
go.
you do this, okay? So what we want to do is make sure that the leader can still control the frameworks, not the work inside the frame.
Okay. Yep.
So we can delegate outcomes to people, not tasks to people. We can get people involved in the work, involved in decisions about the work. The control freak still needs to feel in control of something.
Yes.
What we want to do is make sure they're controlling the right things, not everything. And once they can understand, oh, okay, all I have to do is make sure that we're sticking true to our purpose, our values, vision alignment, the clarity, alignment, direction, focus of everything like that.
Yeah.
They have their frameworks in place. Everything inside that, your team can freestyle in the frameworks because all you have to do is they go, hey, I've been working on this. And your job as a leader now is to coach them to a better yes and a better time for that yes.
Okay.
Because you've got to teach them first. If you want to have control of the frameworks, first thing we have to do is teach our people what to say no to. And then everything else can be a yes.
Okay.
And then all we have to do is there a better yes or a better time for that yes? Because you're controlling the frameworks, not the work inside the frames. Yeah. All right? This is what it needs to be. Right. And so the person in control feels, and this is one of our very first clients back in 2017, and he would admit to it, but I won't use his name on the podcast here, and he was an absolute control freak. And within 12 months to 24 months, he's like, able to take time off the business. Him and his wife both worked in the business. First time ever that they could both take holidays together, go away without their phones, and feel in total control of the business still.
There's hope, Kalina.
There is hope. It is out there. There are people out there who are doing it. And there's people who can help you with it. But like, so the control is a big issue.
Yes. What if you've got a team, because it's all coming back to the team, right? The internal. And I think I might already know the answer to this question, but let's say you've picked your team and there's a couple of people that just keep colliding and going against each other, and you give them the framework and they still collide and don't agree with each other, and they're kind of like dipping in each other's toes a little bit. So how do you deal with that?
There's a simple way to start with to deal with that. And once again, if you have your values very clearly defined, right? So let's say you and I are having an argument. It is me versus you. Yeah. Right.
And frankly, I'm so sick of you two being at each other for so long. Right? Gosh, it's so tiring.
It is so tiring.
Right?
So if I look at I would say, hey, let's look at what's going on here through the lens of our values.
Yeah.
Right. So hey, simplicity, freedom from complexity. I tell you what, that information I gave you, I probably could have made it a little bit more formatted in a way that would have been easier for you to understand and take hold of that. One of our other things is insight, which is to anticipate and act in advance. I really didn't think how you'd respond. I wasn't paying attention to what could have happened in this. And so I probably could have a little bit better there. Yeah. And then you might look at it and go, yeah, you know what, Dave? One of the things which is really important is wisdom, which is learned from experience. And I should have known that from where you've been before and all that you might have had something that could add value here. And I just ignored that. And all of a sudden, it's you and I versus the values.
Yes.
It's not you versus me anymore.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Dave, we're almost out of time.
Yeah.
I'm just curious quickly, what's one lesson, because you've helped a lot of the leaders evolve, right, and grow, etc. What's one lesson you wish you'd learned earlier?
Yeah, well, there's so many.
You mean you're not perfect?
Yeah, no. I wish I'd learned the difference between growth and evolution way earlier.
Ooh.
Definitely that one for me, because the reason that I'm so evolution first focused, so become more than be more of that, is because in Canada, when I had my businesses there, the two times that the different stages of both businesses failed was because I was so growth focused.
Yeah.
Now, I wish I'd learned it earlier. I'm not saying I didn't want to learn it. I needed to learn it.
Yes.
So, because once again, I am who I am for the mistakes that I learned from. I was clearly a slow learner because it took me twice at least to go, crap, this growth thing isn't working. Like, what am I missing here?
Yeah.
I was resting on my laurels of who I was and what I was capable of and everything like that. I was serving more and doing all the things we talk about. But then when the market shifted or something in my life changed, so when I went through my divorce, that totally changed the whole business. And then 2 years later, the global financial crisis hit North America. A lot of my businesses were in automotive and stuff, and I was just focused on growing and growing and growing. And then, so I lost 50% of the business through my divorce and another 70% of it through 2 years later. And I'm like, this constant hustle, grind, growth, all that stuff. Like I went through it all. And I just wish I'd learned it sooner.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was focused on becoming more and then being more of that, not just being more of who I was for more people.
Yeah.
And because we all grew up on the adage, if you want to grow your business, you got to grow your people. Right?
Yeah.
And so that was me. I was trying to grow my people. I go, yeah. And you go, hey, all of a sudden your people start growing, but you're not growing.
Yes.
And then so either you're hanging on the monkey bars and you're pushing down because your business is getting bigger than you, or it's pushing you down, or people go, bugger this, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right? So which is why today we tell leaders you have to go first so your team can go further.
Yes.
You have to create the space and capacity for your team to be able to go further.
I love
So
that.
you have to be willing to go first.
Yes.
I wasn't. And I was focused on growth. So I wish I'd learned that sooner.
Gets back to that word, right?
Yeah.
Growth. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is why I'm so hell-bent on it, to get people to understand you must make evolution the natural state of your business and have growth spurts along the way.
Yep.
I'm not saying growth is bad.
Yes.
Growth is bad on its own.
Yes.
Yes.
On the back of evolution, it's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're becoming better and then being more of that, then becoming even better and being more of that and becoming better and being more of that, right?
Yeah.
You're increasing your capabilities, thus your capacity for greatness will expand.
Sure.
Yeah.
The growth is the byproduct. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, but we're all told to focus on growth,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is why it's the corporate buzzword that I hate.
Yeah.
Because
Look at that.
I
We're
know
full
what it did for
circling
me.
this
And I
conversation.
learned that back in 2005 and 2008.
Yeah.
Right? Hard way.
Oh, yeah.
twice.
Yeah. That was a tough
Yeah,
time.
right one back on the back of the other. It was just like if it didn't take the beating right the first time, it gave me another beating. It's just like to remind me.
Yeah.
And that's what sent me on the path of what we do today, though. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I learned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in most things in life, right? We don't like the way we learned it, but the lesson's usually pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, how are we for time?
Yeah.
Steve?
It's rapid fire time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Rapid fire. Let's go.
All right, here we go. So what we like to do here, Dave, is we like to get to know the person behind the microphone.
Yep.
And so we're going to fire 10 questions at you really quickly,
Okay.
and to get 1 or 2 word answers, a sentence at most.
Okay, cool.
Are you ready to go, Dave?
Yes, let's
The
do it.
clock
Freedom
is
from
ticking.
complexity. Let's go.
Yeah. Yes. In the interest of simplicity, not growth.
Yep.
Let's.
Now, I don't
let's
guarantee
go.
any of these answers will be right, but I'm going to
That's
answer
okay.
them all. Okay, let's go.
All right, here we go. What's one book, not your own, that actually changed how you lead?
Reimagined by Tom Peters.
Good one. I know you're a coffee
2001.
snob.
Yes.
So, what's your coffee order?
Beans and water, long black.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm a snob, because I don't put anything in
There
it.
you go. Right. So
No
it's got to be
sugar, no
good.
nothing. It's
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
All right, where do you thrive? Startup chaos or corporate structure?
Corporate structure.
One daily habit that makes you a better leader.
I actually set a theme for myself every year, and I read through every day in all areas of my life, how that theme would apply itself.
I like that.
Yeah. Early riser or night owl?
Both.
Android or iPhone?
Android. I like to control my future. I don't want my phone to control me. You know, you 80, you're like you're this is all for the crazies, the difference, and that 80% of people have Apple. You ain't all that crazy. You ain't all that
No.
different. Carry on.
No, not that you've got any issues around Apple, but anyway, let's
That's all good.
let's push on. Okay.
Yeah.
If you could choose one dead or alive person to partner with in business, who would it be?
Oh, dead or alive?
Yeah.
Well, I would still pick Tom Peters. Like his philosophy he predicted all the stuff back in 2001 before Facebook and all that, and the disruptions and all that sort of stuff. I actually got him to sign my copy of the book, so it was really exciting when it came to Perth. But yeah, it was still him for sure. Although I did, Gary Ridge is an amazing guy. He started WD. Well, sorry, I didn't start. He was CEO of WD-40.
Oh my gosh.
I've interviewed him on my podcast as well a few
Yeah.
times.
How cool.
And I just had a chat with him the other day. One of the most humble human. And his is like any dumbass can do it. So he's like me, like, keep it really simple.
Yeah.
So also another great guy that I would love to be in business with.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to describe your philosophy in one word, what would it be?
Purpose driven, because it's hyphenated.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Feedback, sugar-coated or straight-up brutal honesty?
I'm a blunt contrarian, so I would go brutal honesty. You always have to start from a position of brutal truth. It's the only way to move forward.
Yeah.
All right. Finish this sentence. Good leadership always starts with.
See, the only reason I'm hesitating that because I don't believe in good leadership. We want great leadership, not good. Nobody talks about good.
Wow.
Right. So great leadership starts with purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it starts with caring about people as human beings first.
Okay. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say which would tie to purpose anyway, but it's definitely about caring people as human beings first.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Look, we are just about out of time. Okay. Dave, thank you very much for joining us on The Business Game.
This is a game. It's been so much fun.
It has been fun. Yeah.
It's been great.
All right, where can people find you and find Circle Leadership?
The easy way to find me is just to my website, which is www.daveclare.com, or circleleadershipglobal.com is the company, right? And then all socials, contacts, and everything are on those sites.
Amazing.
All right, that's all we've got time for. Thanks for joining us on The Business Game, wherever you're listening. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. All right, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes.
For more insights, strategies, and stories to help move the needle on your business, we'll meet you back here on Thursday.
Thanks for tuning in to The Business Game.
If you like what you heard, make sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn to stay connected.
A big thank you to our major sponsor, Tyler Offshore, for powering today's episode.
And join us again on the next episode of The Business Game,
A podcast that moves the needle.